Dolph, I was reading an article in Forbes, and it said that those that are nearing retirement age should consider de-risking their portfolio. And you do a detailed analysis of risk tolerance when you do a Where Do I Stand plan. But what exactly does that mean to de-risk in retirement?
Actually, this is a great question, a great article. Actually, when I was looking my article over on Forbes, and it was like that, and I scrolled down a couple more, and this was an article that popped up. So I'm glad you brought it into me, because I'm going to read a little quote from the article, which I think is great. I mean, if a market downturn occurs during retirement, would your portfolio be able to weather the downturn? Yes or no? Implementing safeguards against the possibility can protect your portfolio from things called sequence of returns, which you hear on the show we talk about all the time. The potential years of bad returns in your early retirement could deplete your retirement savings for the future. Now, that's a great quote. I mean, obviously, I put a little ad lib in there with my own thoughts on there about sequence returns and stuff. But basically, laddering is not a bad thing and de-risking your portfolio. I mean, where is your portfolio right now? How much of it is at risk? When you have that little circle ball that your advisor shows you, or you're doing your stuff online, how much is it all in one area versus the safe area? I mean, you have a lot of stuff tied up in bonds that are earning a little bit. You have stuff in mutual funds, which are variable. Do you have a lot of stocks out there? I mean, do you have a lot of risk? What level of risk tolerance are you at? I mean, that is things you have to realize become a huge portion of your retirement future. If we've been talking about 30, 40, and 50 all year, all day today, excuse me, for the show, of what it can affect. Because if you have this big portfolio and you retire and we go into a recession, God forbid we do, but we do into one, and you have that sequence of returns where your first 2, 3, 4 years are negatives, how much is that going to change you down the future? I mean, if you think about layering your money, and I love doing the layering strategy with clients because you never know when you might need something. Let's put something in a fixed account for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, even 7 years, where every year you have, let's say, $10,000, $20,000 waiting for you. If you don't need it, you just roll it into the next series and the next series. Because getting upside potential, well, taking down the downside risk is what we talk about on the show all the time. It's what I talk about. It's what Patrick Kelly with the Stress-Free Retirement talks about. It's the theories that you talk about. It's the questions we analyze of, let's go up the hill without having to fall down the hill. And if you can do this point of it, and you can get your short-term rates, guess what? You're going to have the long-term rewards. I mean, it's not a race to build how fast we can build the fence. Rome was not built in a day.
Right.
This is the theory I look at. Let's look for long-term gratification instead of short-term satisfaction. So many people are trying to do things right now. They don't look at the repercussions of what's going on later in life. As we mentioned earlier, so many decisions, Kristen, are made out of emotion instead of reality, especially when it comes to finances.